Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us for Ask the Expert in North Texas. I'm Kristen Diaz.
I'm David Rankin. Now we've seen the heat and it's going to be around for a long time. This is the worst time possible for your air conditioning to go out. And this is also an extraordinarily busy time for AC repair services all over this part of the country. We are joined by Brian Remington from the On Time Experts in the KRLD Zoom room. Brian, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
How insane has it been for you?
It's crazy, especially with, yesterday and today, hottest days of the year. It stayed hot overnight. That's what really makes it super busy is when it doesn't get below 80 at night. That's when it puts the most load on the air conditioner. It doesn't have any relief.
And how bad have these calls been? How hot are these homes or attics that your crews are tending to?
Wow, it's crazy. We had a house earlier today, a technician took a picture. The thermostat said it was 91 in the upstairs of their house. It's pretty brutal. In the attics, it can get to 140, 150 degrees. Our installers, they got to take breaks every 10 or 15 minutes to rehydrate and cool off. It's pretty brutal out there.
That kind of heat, no one can actually survive in that kind of heat for any length of time. So it's great that they're able to take these breaks. And a lot of people have to have a little patience in the fact that these installers need to take that time.
100%. Yeah, the safety is of utmost importance with our guys. They're working every single day, getting everybody taken care of, around the clock. So, we always tell guys the most important thing is you get home safe. And, obviously we can't help people if they have to stay home because they're sick or if they're not taking care of themselves. So, we provide them with coolers, Gatorade, water, electrolyte, powder, all the breaks that they need just to keep rolling and keep serving homeowners.
Absolutely. I'm always curious, gosh, is it just first come, first serve when you have these emergencies, when people say, hey, excessive heat warning, my AC is out. I want you here now. Whatever it takes, I'll pay you extra. How do I get in front of the line? I mean, how do you deal with that as a business owner?
Well, we have a membership program. It's called Front of the Line Family. And that's literally, if you're in the membership program, you get moved to the front. But really our members, we serve them in the spring and the fall. That's when we do their maintenance. So the idea is they're not the ones breaking down right now because they were proactive. But yeah, it's pretty much first come, first serve. We specialize in same day. So, we've got guys working all day, all night, and we do everything in our power. If you call us today, we're going to get there at some point today. Rare occasions, we're just too inundated, but more often than not, we can make that promise.
That's amazing because there are other companies in other parts of the country that are on a 1 week wait list or something like that. And when your AC goes out, you can't afford to wait like that.
100%. Yeah. We talk to clients every single day where their company that they normally call or just randomly Googling whoever, we're here in a week, we're here in 10 days. We hear all kinds of stuff. So the fact that we're able to get out to people same day, it's an advantage for us as a business. But we've got a pretty big crew and guys that are willing. We know this is our time to be the heroes in our society. This is when people need us the most, and we got to be there for people.
Absolutely. And I was wondering, do AC services, do they work with nonprofits, or they're, for low income families that have, issues with, their ACs? Are there options for them, work, to get quality work from a company like yourself?
There's a couple out there. I don't know of any off the top of my head. We've done things in the past, usually around the holidays, where we will give away a couple systems a year as part of just our way of giving back. We also, for all first responders and military, current or retired, they get our membership for free, and they don't have to pay the diagnostic fee for us to come out. So that's a benefit to them. But yeah, there's some options out there. Unfortunately, I don't have any more information, but I've heard of a couple over the years.
Let's talk about preparation because, sure, that's 108 degrees over these last couple of days, and we've got a long way to go as we head towards the fall. When should people start to make sure all their components are working properly?
The spring is critical. Getting out in front of it. We always say we're a company of prevention. So really our most important time of the year is kind of that March, April, early May. Get out, get the unit clean, get it maintained, get everything checked so that you've got complete peace of mind that it's going to work when you need it the most right now. That's the best thing to do, is just be proactive. Unfortunately, these things are kind of out of sight, out of mind. As long as when I push the button, it works, I assume everything is good until it's not, right? And so it's no different than, getting preventative maintenance on your vehicle. We all take our cars in and get oil changes. Getting maintenance done on your heating and air conditioning system is key. It's the most expensive appliance in your home. And so if you don't get it maintained, you are going to have issues. And when you're cycling air through all the dust and dirt gets in the system, and that's what it cakes up on the critical components. So then when it's running and it starts to overwork and then you add the heat to it, that's when these things start to fail. So by keeping everything clean, it's going to last a lot longer and you're going to have far less breakdowns.
That education has got to be just golden too. We have so many people who have moved to North Texas that have never lived in the South, and they've never had to deal with a heat wave like to this extreme. And so I can only imagine. I know my sister, for example, lives in Upper Washington State and doesn't have AC at her home. And they've got the heater, of course, because they need it 80% of the year. But yeah, that kind of AC maintenance, I know AC heater kind of goes hand in hand, but it is different, isn't it?
It's completely different. There's a lot of people, even people moving from Southern California who are close to the coast. A lot of those homes out there don't have AC either. Obviously, the further inland they do, but yeah, it's education. We try to get as much out there to people, and it's one of those things where even if you're someone who doesn't use it often, when you need it, you want to make sure it works, right? So it's critical. And even a lot of people don't realize this too, is your furnace has the blower wheel in it. That's what's moving the air throughout your entire home in both heating and cooling. So whether you know it or not, your components of your furnace are working overtime right now too. So what we'll see is if you don't get a maintenance again in the fall, that's when you have winter breakdowns because your furnace has just been working nonstop, cycling air all summer long.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And of course, when it's 108 degrees outside and you've had the AC set at like 72 in the house and you see that the thermometer is not dropping below 76, that doesn't mean the AC is broken.
No, it doesn't. These systems are designed to what we call a 20-degree delta. So what that means is the air going inside of the unit needs to be coming out 20 degrees cooler than it is going in. So we measure that and we see if it's got a 20-degree split, it's working correctly. So if you think about it, if it's, if 90-degree air is going into the return vent, 70-degree air should be coming out. And so the more heat load that's getting on your house, or if you've got vaulted ceilings or not very good insulation, all kinds of things can add heat into the home. It could still have a 20-degree split, but if it's over 100 degrees out, you might not get as low as you want it to versus when it's only 85 out, you might get down to that 72 that you want. Just depends on a variety of factors.
This has got to be, just a fascinating career when you're working with people and you're meeting all different types of folks along the job. How is the workforce right now for your industry? Are you guys in need of more, students to go through, this type of training and certification, or are you oversaturated?
No, we are. The demand for our services far exceeds the amount of technicians that are out there. And it's not just DFW, it's everywhere. They say that more people in this industry retire than new guys coming into this industry every single year. A lot of people, they They grow up, with different dreams or aspirations. Very few people grow up and say, hey, I'm going to be an HVAC tech. Unfortunately, a lot of people end up kind of falling into it a variety of ways, but it's such a amazing career. A lot of people don't realize, you can earn a really high quality of living, high quality of life doing it. You get to serve and help people every single day. And it really is, unfortunately, over the years, it's been kind of looked down upon as blue collar work, but I think it's making a comeback. There's more and more guys that have been interested. We need way more. I could hire 10, 20 more technicians today and keep them busy. And I think that's probably every company out here.
Brian Remington from the On Time Experts. Brian, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me. Have a great one.